Guess what time it is? Happy Sunday. What's up? Oh man, people already here? People here early? Y'all come early? Or is that from last time? I don't even remember. Did somebody come early? Nicholas, is that you, man? Are you here early? Oh yeah, no, yeah, it looks like you are here. Damn. You were waiting on me, man. Well, I'm here. You're here. Everybody's here. Joe's here. Joe's always here. Right? Happy Sunday. What's going on? Everybody doing all right? So Joe's got her hand pink waving. Everybody good though? What's going on? Nicholas is in Houston today. He's in Houston, Texas. That's where my brother works there sometimes. He works there a lot. Right now he's working in Louisiana, but he works a lot in Houston. But actually, right now they're on vacation. I mean, you check his Facebook, bro. They're in like Cozumel, Mexico, or some shit. So, having drinks by the pool under the veranda. So, what do we talk about today? I know that we'll wait for a couple of people to get up in. I see there's only one person with me. That's probably Joe, unless Nicholas is still here. But looks like there's only one of us here. And there's Joe with the hand pink waving. That's what the hand pink waving's supposed to look like. That comes from the Twitch side of things. For some reason, the Samsung phone won't let you do their emojis on YouTube. Maybe they got some kind of deal where they don't pay extra. So I don't. Who knows, bro? But Twitch, man, y'all are cool. Shout out to all our Twitch people today. I know that the Twitch people. What happens, man, is the Twitch people come in. They're like, "Oh, let's go see what this is about," and then they stay for 13 seconds and then they leave because they're like, "Yeah, old guy, he don't know what he's talking about." So, but that's cool. You know, that's awesome. But we could talk about whatever you want. So, see, there's the Twitch person is in there other than Joe. So, hello Twitch people. How's it going? Everybody good? So, as we say, how's your mama in? Can y'all hear the beating on the ceiling cuz somebody's upstairs walking around with heavy feet. Not saying they're heavy. I'm just saying that the way they walk around feels like they're heavy feet cuz yeah, we have an upstairs we have people upstairs. We're in a different building today. So, this is what we call the B-side studio. It's a smaller, more intimate, cozy. It's actually bigger than our other Studio B. The other Studio B is, I think, like, I want to say like 90 square feet, not even 100 square feet. I think it's 10 foot. I don't even think it's 10 foot. Oh, whatever. But this room is 155 square feet. It's bigger than the other Studio B, but you know, I like it. It actually sounds pretty good, man. We did some mixins. Did some mixes in here not too long ago. Oh, Joe, see if you can find I don't know if there's a link to that or not on it's probably on YouTube. But Joe can try to find the link, and we'll throw it in the chat for you. But I thought the mix came out really good, man. And it was one that the client actually said, "Bro, this is like one of the best mixes you've done for me, man." You know. And what I've done is I took on this thing. I started doing this thing, man. And I saw it on the internet, and I said, I'm gonna try that, man. It's basically mixing with fewer plugins, with less amount of plugins. You know, it's some people call it simple mixing. I call it minimal mixing because I'm mixing with minimal plugins. I know you guys have seen the templates, man, where guys stack like actually look at the YouTube video coming out tomorrow. I've got some pictures of an actual session. It's an actual template that somebody uses people come in. Look, people come in and they they use their template on our system, and then they leave it. And I'll go in and look at it. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Why do you need literally? Why do you need 18 plugins on a vocal? I mean, that just I don't know, bro. I'm looking at it going, bro, what? Why do you need that many plugins? Why do you need 20 sends on one vocal chain? It's one microphone, bro. It's one person singing. It's not like you're dealing with a choir and you got to do a bunch of stuff, or it's one microphone, bro. So I see these kind of things and I'm just like, bro, I don't know, because for me, less is more. That's a great way to say it. Using less tools is for me is better. And the mix that I did that we'll try to find the link to is man, I used on the whole song. The whole song was drums, bass, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, lead vocals, and then I think the background vocals were stacked. There might have been 4 or more background vocals, if I remember right. There might have been more than 4. If I remember, it was just 4. There was 2 harmonies, and then 2. Okay, so there was 6. There was 2 backgrounds, which were panned, and then 2 high harmonies and 2 low harmonies. That's what it was. So 6 in the background, and then there were some. Well, it originally started off with some strings, but they were pretty bad. So we replaced that with electric guitar. That's what it was. And bro, I think on the whole mix, I might have used 8 plugins on everything, including the reverbs and delays. Just saying, total. And on the master fader. On the master fader, I had a SSL bus. Had an SSL bus comp, and then I used the L2 because the client needed it boosted a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the L2, but it's simple, doesn't color too much, so I threw that on there, and client was super happy. Literally, it took me I did it faster because I didn't have to deal with all the plugins on everything. Like where your kick drums got. Okay, so here's the link. Let me throw it in there. It should be clickable from the chat. Don't know why I threw it on the screen because it doesn't mean much. But in the chat, it should be clickable. If y'all want to, save that and go listen to it later. Literally, bro, that was 8 plugins max on the whole song, the entire song. And somebody compared it to. Oh, I got it right here on my phone, dude. They compared it to. Joe's saying SoundCloud link. Oh, there's a SoundCloud link. Where's the SoundCloud link to? Okay. Oh, so that was Oh, I see. That's a SoundCloud link that you put in. Okay, now I see what you're saying. I'm all caught up now on stuff. So, but what the guy was saying was where is it? Oh, here it is. This is from. All right. So this. Maybe I shouldn't say who the guy is or what he does, because somebody told him he's in the industry. Let me just say that. Okay, the dude is in the industry, and he said somebody sent him a message, and it says to send this song to so and so. I'm not gonna say who that is immediately. They're comparing it to Pearl Jam "Breathe" and "This Is Us." On the "This Is Us" soundtrack. So they compared it to Pearl Jam, bro, and I'm just like, okay, I'm not mad at that, man. Y'all wanna compare a mix that I did to Pearl Jam? I'm blessed, bro. I mean, dude, that was pretty cool, and that was somebody that heard the song and said, bro, you need to send this to this person over here for the soundtrack for "This Is Us." I guess "This Is Us" is a TV show. I don't think I've ever seen it. I know there's a movie called that, but it's really old. But so yeah, but that's the thing, man, is mixing with less is actually more, because you're not taking away from for me personally, I'm not taking away from the sounds of the song, the vibe of the song. You know, I'm not adding a bunch of crap to it to make it sound like something that it's not. You know, so and I get this idea from the mixes back in the day. I mean, back in the day, you kids today, you say back in the day, you mean like the 2000s? No, I'm talking about the 1970, back in the 1900s. The 1970s all the way up until the early middle 80s, maybe, until stuff started getting digital, you know. But dude, the 70s. Let's take Led Zeppelin 2 for instance, for an example. Dude, they didn't have a bunch of stuff. That album actually got recorded and mixed at like 6 different studios around the world because the Led Zeppelin was on tour. The band was on tour, you know, and they would just record some stuff. They ran over to Sunset Sound here in Hollywood and recorded some drums, you know, and that was one of our favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that comes from, man, is that less is more because they didn't have, you didn't have 25,000 compressors to choose from. You know, you didn't have 1,500 EQs to look at. You had 3. So that's what you used. Because we used what you had, you know, and that's the minimal. So, yeah, let's get back to minimal mixing, bro. I mean, seriously, try it. Just try it. You know what you ought to do? You know what you ought to do is come to my mix workshop. I got a minimal mix workshop coming up. It's a masterclass. Just threw it in the chat, man. Go click, jump up on it, and see what it's about. You guys watching the replay? If we're doing it on October 11th, 2025. If you miss it, I'll probably do it again next month. I'll probably be doing it again in November because I'm excited for it. I'm excited to share this with you. I really want everybody to start thinking less is more. Start thinking minimal. Let's get out of the mindset of having to have like a bunch of stuff because you have access to a bunch of stuff. That's not a reason to use that's not a reason to use stuff. I actually saw a guy one time, man, and we worked together for a minute and we shared a studio space. And bro, this dude on every mix, he would just load up his tracks, and then on every track, he'd load up all his stuff, and then on every track, he would just put an EQ and a compressor on every track. And I'm like, bro, why are you putting an EQ and a compressor on every track? Well, I'm probably gonna need it. How do you know? You haven't even pressed play yet. How do you know you need an EQ and a compressor? You haven't even listened to it. You haven't even done no, bro. You haven't even labeled your tracks, and you already throw an EQ and a compressor on every track. You know, and some people, I know a lot of people that start a mix. I start a mix with a template because it's convenient, but I don't have a bunch of plugins on it. You know, I just have my folder tracks ready to go. Like I want all my drums together, I want all my basses together, I want all my guitars together. That's my template. You know. I know that I'm going to use a reverb. I know that I'm going to use a delay. So I already have my aux tracks with my favorite reverb, with my favorite delay, ready to go, just in case I need it. You know, it's not like I'm coloring stuff by running it through it. You know, it's just there conveniently if I need it. And that's part of the minimal mix masterclass is showing you that. You know, showing you how to start with a minimal template. You know, literally my template's got one plugin on it. On the master fader, and that plug-in that I have on the master fader is a meter, because I'm gonna meter my mix. I'm gonna make sure it's loud enough. You know, that's all. So that's the only plug other than the reverb and delay. That's the only plug-in that I have on my entire template. So that's how it works. What about you guys? Anybody here that uses templates? Am I offending anyone that uses templates? You know, I do have templates for like, say, when I'm recording vocals. You know, when I'm recording vocals, I like to have a little compression. You know, if I need it, I generally am going to run through a compressor in the. Oh, I was right there, man. I was generally going to run through a compressor in my rack. I got a Tube Tech CO1B sitting right there. You know, right below that, I don't know if you can see right below it. Let me move out the way. Right below it, I got a 2 1176 right there. I got two more 1176s right. Bro, You know, if I need a compressor, I got two in this rack. I've got two. That's an SSL rack, so I got two channels of SSL dynamics right there. You know, so yeah, bro. If I need if I'm gonna run through it, you know, I've also got a 1073. I got a 1081 Neve. They're true Neves. My 1081s were built in 1972, so they're awesome. But yeah, no, if I need you know, if I need compression or EQ, bro, I'm printing that stuff, you know. I'm making my stuff sound the way I want and recording it. That's how it should work. You know, I know engineers that would come into my studio, and even with all the cool stuff we got in my studio, all the cool outboard gears and analog consoles, and they still they still would not record with anything inserted. They wouldn't run their signal through anything inserted on anything, vocals, guitars, drums, nothing, because they were going to add it later. Bro, that's like recording twice. You know what I'm saying? That's like doing 2 times the work, you know? So yeah, bro, don't do that, man. Don't do that. Make your stuff sound the way you want. Press record. Be confident in your decisions on being an engineer. You chose to be an engineer, bro. Be a damn engineer. You know what I'm saying? So sorry. I get harsh, bro. Let me tell you. Bro, I know some of you guys were some of you guys and I had one person let me know that this was happening. We had our we have this it's called an introductory course or an intro course, a mini course. It sells for $17, okay? And we had it hosted. I was hosting it somewhere else. That I pay for a host. I pay for a place to keep all my stuff. Okay? And it is paid for. So rather than running it through the other thing that I pay for, I had it over there. Okay? And so that way I didn't have to worry about it. I knew where it was. I knew that it worked. And nobody told me that the paywall, the place where you pay the $17, nobody told me that that was in test mode. For months, this thing was in test mode. Nobody could buy it because it was in this, I don't even know what test mode is. I think it's so you can test your own offers, your own thing, your own credit card, whatever. So nobody could buy it. And one person finally reached out to me and said, "Hey, bro, I tried to buy your course and I couldn't because it said it was in test mode." I'm like, he actually sent me a screenshot of it where it said test mode. I'm like, "Oh, let me go look at that." Bro, I literally spent I probably spent 2 hours, 3 hours on a chat with you know, our friends in another country that were trying to help me understand what test mode was and how to not have it. Never could get it out of test mode. So what I did is I moved the course back to my other server that I know works, and I shouldn't have moved it. I should not have moved it to the other one. I was trying to be efficient, you know, with how much money I spend every month, you know. So, but it's back. Let me share it with you. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You guys go grab it, man. LearnProRecording.com/ABBA Mini. ABBAMINI. Mini. Joe says, whatever that means. I'm sure that's a good thing because she wouldn't put that up in there unless it was good because she's like that. But, yeah, man. So if you were one of the people, if you were one of the hundreds of people that tried to buy my thing and couldn't because it was in test mode, I fixed it. It's back. Go grab it. It's $17, man. What are you going to invest in yourself? I mean, you know, is $17 too much to invest in your future? Now, what the ABBA means is Audio Business Building Academy. Okay? And we have a full Audio Business Building Academy in our VIP membership, which I'll throw in the chat in a little bit later on, in case you guys want to go check that out, in case you're not already in there. But there's a ton of courses in the VIP membership, and that's one of them. But what I did is I took the full academy and stripped it down to just what you need, just the parts. I took out all the fluff, all the things that you don't really need to know about. Okay, and put this in there and I'm giving it to you for 17 bucks. It's only 17 bucks, bro. You own it forever. Anytime there's an update, you get notified. Hey, Donny added some stuff to the thing. So go check that out, man. The links in the chat there. Go check that out, man. It is working now. Hopefully everything's. I did check all the videos, make sure they were the right ones, and make sure all the downloads were correct. It's good. $17, man. Go grab hold. So what it does is it helps you build your business as an audio engineer, music producer, studio owner, beat maker. Whatever you do is going to help you build your business for real. So that the idea is that you want to quit your day job. The idea is that you want to quit your 9 to 5 and focus on doing what you love to do for work. Because when you focus on doing what you do when you do what you love for work, it ain't work. I mean, dude, I've been doing this for 35 plus years, bro, and I've not had a job in more than 30 years. And it's not really, because when you say I got a job, you're like, oh, okay, you go to a place at 9 o'clock and you get off at 5 o'clock. And if you live in LA, you're driving for 2 hours there and 2 hours home. So, the 6 hours that you get to sleep, whatever, man. The quality of life is horrible. When you got to drive 4 hours and then work 8 hours and then whatever, man. Okay, so you get weekends off. Woohoo. You're going to be doing stuff you're going to be working on stuff that you would normally work on anyway. The stuff that you love, your hobby. If you want to call it a hobby at that point, that's a hobby. Stop making it a hobby, bro. Make it your business. Let's make it our business. Come on. Jump in. Everybody quit your day job. Call the boss tomorrow. Go, bro, I quit. I'm going to start my own business. I can help you. That's why I'm here. I also, do I have, no, I don't have that. But you'll get an email. When you sign up for the Audio Business Building mini course, you'll get put into an email sequence. And one of those emails that you're going to get is that I'm going to offer you a consulting for free. 1 hour consulting. And that actually is not, dude, I charge multiple hundreds of dollars for my coaching. And you're going to get one for free. You should call me. You should go get in. Go pay the 17 bucks, then do the free coaching. Do the free coaching. Get in on it. Or if you want to come to the Minimal Mix Masterclass, bro, I mean, it's only $47 for the general. I might suggest, did I throw that? I think I already threw that in the chat, right, Joe? I would suggest doing the VIP. Here's the deal. Let me share with you. I'm gonna share my screen with you because I've already got the thing right here. So this is all about, when you go to the link, this is what you're gonna see. A little video here if you want to go watch me again. The next one is October 11th, and you can join us. Mixing shouldn't be complicated. Mix more with less masterclass. The solution, the transformation, how it works. Join the masterclass today. There you go. What others are saying. Here's a little thing about me if you want to go look at me again. It's all about me. Y'all know that. Come on. Who's this masterclass for? Beginners, intermediate audio engineers, home studio owners, aspiring producers and musicians, future pros. There you go. This is what you get. You get access to, bro, you sign up for this thing, man. You're going to get access to the VIP community for 45 days. Look at that. 45 days, you're going to get access to the VIP membership, which, dude, you can do all 5 of those courses that are over there right now in that amount of time. So the general admission is 47 bucks. We only have 75 spots available. I want to keep these small, okay? You get access to all the content. You get the general admission ticket and 45 days of the VIP community. Do the VIP pass, because in the VIP pass, what you get is not only all the stuff in the general admission, but you get access to the masterclass recording that you get to keep forever. And then, this is the important part right here, access to a post masterclass Q&A coaching session with me. That's right. So you get that, bro. It's 97 bucks. You're going to get a multiple $100 coaching session with me. There's only 25 spots available for the VIP. So I suggest doing the VIP. Where else are you going to get me for an extra hour, 90 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Answering your questions. Understand. Plus, you get the whole masterclass, which is awesome. The masterclass is a lot of cool stuff in the masterclass. This is the first one I'm doing. We did a 5-day challenge on the on a similar idea. What I found doing the challenge is that it was challenging. See what I did? No, it was a challenge for me. I know it was a challenge for the people that were there because, you know, my audience are mostly younger, up and coming audio engineers, up and coming music producers, newer studio owners. You know what I mean? So most of the people that signed up for it didn't really have the time. It was a 5-day challenge. It was a 5-day ongoing thing. We met every day at 9 a.m., 10 a.m. But the majority of the people that were there, they were younger and didn't really, they have jobs, one guy was like, oh man, I'd really love to come, bro, but I got work, oh man, I missed, all the days. Is there a replay? It's like, yeah, there was a replay, bro, but you missed it because you only bought the $47 thing and you only had the replay for the day, But so what I did is I changed it. We're going to do the masterclass now. It's going to be on a Saturday so everybody can show up. And it's going to be a two-hour plus masterclass. I'm going to take the 5 days basically and condense it down to 2 hours plus. Then if you do the VIP pass, you're going to get an extra hour plus with me. Y'all know I go. If we get talking, bro, we're going to be talking. So there'll be more than just an hour. Because y'all might have more questions. I'll hang out as long as y'all got questions until it's lunchtime, and then I'm just kidding, bro. So, but anyway, speaking of questions, I've been doing all the talking today, man. Anybody got any questions? You want to know anything about any of this stuff? You want to know anything about me? You want to know anything about Joe? Joe ain't gonna tell you nothing, but I'm not gonna tell you nothing because Joe will get mad at me. But anything about this is Ask Me Anything About Anything. What do they call that? AMA? Ask Me Anything? Yeah, I don't care, man. Ask me anything. I'm not shy. I'll tell you whatever. What's in the cup? It's coffee. Cafe Bustelo, to be exact, on the Keurig. If you guys are wondering, it is the Cafe Bustelo. It's awesome coffee. So, questions, comments, concerns. Anybody got any questions about the masterclass coming up or the ABBA Mini, the Audio Business Building Academy? I got another one I could throw. Man, I've been just hitting y'all with a bunch of stuff, bro. But here, have this one. Go get it. It's learn the basics of signal flow. Just put it in the chat. Go to learnprorecording.com/basics. That one's free. Go sign up. Ain't gonna cost you nothing. Sorry. Must have been me. I thought it might have been an earthquake or something, but I don't see nothing moving. I don't know. Maybe I shook the table a little bit too much. I get excited when I talk about the signal flow. That's what that is. So now look, signal flow, bro. I mean, that's our entire job. That's all it is. You got to know where this thing goes over here to the patch bay, when it comes up and goes back over here to this thing, and then it comes over here to this thing, and then you got to turn up that little yellow knob right there, and it goes to the speakers. Signal flow. That's what that course is all about. That, man, and it is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just you got to sign up on that one. Just you give me your name and email, you're in. And that one is hosted on the other, on the cheap one, on the cheap hosting, but you're not buying it. So there's not going to be any test mode. You're just giving me an email and your name, and you're in there. So go get that one, man. That one's awesome. I'm doing this today. I know there's only 4 people here, but I'm doing it mostly because there's a replay. People come in and watch this replay for the whole week. They're like, oh shit, I missed it. I got to go watch the replay. So if you're watching the replay, man, the masterclass is October 11th, 2025. In case you're watching it, 4 years from now. But Joe says something about, it's ghosts. Are those ghosts or cats in a record? It is getting, bro, we went for a little drive around the neighborhood today, and people are like spending the whole day putting up their Halloween decorations out in their lawns. It ain't even damn October yet. People are putting that stuff up. At the grocery store, they took all the Halloween decorations down. They put up Christmas. Bro, y'all just skip right over the Thanksgiving because that's the good one. Y'all just don't even think about it. Go straight to the Christmas one. You know, come on, people. I think Thanksgiving's better because it's not about gift giving. You know, it's about getting together with family and people that you like and enjoying each other's company and eating some damn food, bro. Where we're with what we do, and Joe says go look at the studio because she always says that. But the weather's turning where we are. I know it's still hot in some places, but where we're at, the weather's starting to get a little bit cooler, turning into red bean and rice time and gumbo weather. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all I don't know if y'all realize I'm from New Orleans, and we have seasons, and our seasons come in gumbo season, red bean and rice season. That's our seasons, bro. Cause and it's turning into gumbo, almost gumbo season. But red bean and rice, I almost thought about making some for tomorrow, but then because it's just me and it's just because there's two of us here, we don't do laundry every week. We only do it every other week. So red beans have to be made on laundry day. So next Monday is laundry day. So next Sunday we'll be talking about red beans and rice. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to share with y'all. I'll give you my red bean and rice recipe, and you'll love it. It's awesome. If y'all like red beans, you got to like red beans to make red beans, though. But yeah, it's getting into red bean and rice time, so I'm excited. For one, that's, I like red beans. People frown on it because they're like, oh, that's poor people food. Yeah, all right. Y'all keep thinking that, man. We hiding it from you. That's all we're doing. We hiding it from the rich people. We don't want them to have it. Y'all, I'm going to get in trouble, man. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm probably already in trouble. Joe going to yell at me later. But, so, yeah, look, man, y'all are quiet tonight, man. Anybody got anything? You want to know anything? Just raise your hand and go, hey, what's that thing? What's that thing? What's that thing behind you? What are those things right there? What is that? Is that tape? Did you break something? Yeah, I got my hot glue gun out over there too. So you might want to know what that thing is right there. That's a Stream Deck. I don't know if y'all even looked at a Stream Deck in your travels for what you do. Bro, let me tell you. You get a Stream Deck going, man, and you talk about increase your workflow. Woo! Yeah, that's badass right there. That's a handy little tool. They're not cheap, but that's one of the best tools. I got one right here. When I throw stuff into the chat, throw my name up on there, stuff like, oh man, I forgot to put this up here. I could throw this up there. I just pressed a button on a Stream Deck and that thing came in there. Now y'all know we're live. We're not playing. Why do peeps? Oh, Joanne wants to know, why do peeps eat red beans and rice on Monday? Because Monday's laundry day. Here's the deal. All right. Now we're going to go way back. Grandma, the matriarch of the family, the top of the food chain on the family for where you're at. Sunday dinner was usually a ham, right? So what's left over from the ham when you get done? There's some chunks of ham, but it's all stuck on a bone, all right? So instead of throwing away the bone or giving it to the dog, you throw the bone in the pot of beans. So Monday's laundry day, right? The ladies, now I'm not trying to offend anybody here by going with the equality thing or none of that, but we're talking back in the day, right? Ladies did the laundry. So they'd have the big spread for Sunday dinner, and then they had the ham bone left over. And they'd throw that in a pot of beans for Monday, so that freed them up from having to cook all day, it being in the kitchen all day, so they can go do the laundry. Go down to the river and wash the clothes on a rock or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is. And Joe's going, oh. So that's exactly what it is. Because you just put the beans on and they cooked. You didn't have to mess with them. You just let them cook, right? Let them cook all day on a really low flame. I put mine in a crock pot in a slow cooker. That's how I do mine. Man, I cook my beans for 8 hours plus. Whoo! Tell you what. I don't use the ham bone, but you know, you can put whatever you want in. You don't have to put any meat in there if you're meatless, like some people we know. You don't have to put meat in it. You're still getting some protein out of the beans, out of the legumes, if you want to call it that. But you know, I like sausage in mine. Get some boudin and put up in there, or some smoked sausage, whatever you want, man. If you don't like beef or pork, you could throw some chicken sausage in there. I don't know how good that would be, but whatever. But yeah, next week, man. If you guys are interested, let me know. You know, come up in the chat and let me know that you're interested. I'll share my recipe with you. You know, that's one that I'll share with. I ain't sharing my gumbo recipe. Y'all ain't getting that one. Nope, that one's mine. So, you know, my son, you know, he grown, you know, he's out, and he called me one time. He said, "Dad, I need your grandma's recipe for gumbo." I said, "No." He said, "What do you mean no? You can't have that. No, you can't have that. You can have it. It's in my will. You'll get it one day, guaranteed, but not right now." He didn't think that was funny, but yeah, that's how it works, man. You don't get. That's mine. That's I got that from my grandma, and it's not time yet, son. You got a little more growing to do. That's funny. It's funny because it's true, but anyway, yeah, gumbo. I'll share pictures of my gumbo with you, but you ain't getting a recipe for that. But red beans and rice, yeah, I'll hook you up. I got you on that one. My favorite is used to be fried chicken with the red beans. Who was that? That was I think that might have been grandma did that. Fried chicken with red beans and rice. And it was a leftover fried chicken from Sunday dinner. So it was cold fried chicken. Man, I don't know if y'all ever tried. This is turning into a food thing. We ain't talking about recording and mixing no more, man. Now we're talking about food because y'all went off on this. No, I don't know if y'all never tried cold fried chicken. You're missing out. You're definitely missing out. But my favorite was Aunt Dee. Aunt Dee made pork chops with the red beans and rice. I can't. I gotta stop. We gotta stop talking about food. You know what it is? We decided to wait to eat till after today. Normally we eat before, but today we had a late snack, and then it was like, I'm not really that hungry right now. And then like 10 minutes before we come on, Joe's like, I'm hungry. So we're standing in the kitchen eating chips and salsa and guac, but whatever. We're gonna eat later. But that's what it is, man. I'm hungry. So that's why we're talking about food. But anyway, we talk about food later. Maybe we'll turn this into a food blog or vlog, if you will. I could do that. I like to cook, and I'm not too bad at it. Some people think my food is okay. You know who you are. You know where you live. I know where you live. All right, this is getting out of hand. Hey, come on now, hit me up on this. You know what it is, and I know exactly what it is. Y'all come over from Twitch. You're like, oh, let me go see what this is, and then you sit here for a minute. You're like, why is this guy talking about food? I thought this was about mixing and stuff. Yeah, it's about mixing, but y'all don't want to talk about mixing. You want to talk about food. So that's where it goes. Where you guide. I go where you guide me. You know, you guide me to food. I'm gonna bring it to the food. But no, we started talking about how people putting up Halloween decorations. Man, what the hell? It ain't even October yet. Y'all putting up damn Halloween decorations already. I mean, seriously. I got Scully sitting right down here. He's like, when's it going to be my turn? Wait, young man. You got a few. Got a couple weeks. Scully. His name's Scully because he's a skeleton. Get it? Scully. All right, whatever. Yeah, we'll be featuring him all through probably all through October. You know, but we're gonna wait till October. We're not gonna bring him out now. He's just sitting in his box. He likes to sit right there where he's at all the time. Sometimes you can see him when I'm on the other system. I have 2 cameras on the other system. When I coach, I use that system because if I got to coach on Pro Tools or, you know, if I got to coach on a DAW, I need to have a DAW with me. So I got a camera over there. There's a camera. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of dark. There's a camera right there. And that camera right there is got a fisheye and it shows you the whole studio. And there, when I do that one, you can see Scully. Scully's pretty cool. He's been sitting there for a minute. But this system, I got a camera right here, and that's all I got is one camera. So you know what I could, man? I have a GoPro sitting around doing nothing. I guess I could put a GoPro over here. Joe said Scully is our mascot. Yes, that's who he is. But I have a GoPro, man. Maybe I can clamp the GoPro on that light stand right there and show you a little bit of fisheye on that one. So you know what? Maybe one day what we can do is I can show you this system. What I got going on here. I've done that before. You know, somebody asked me one time what I'm using. You know, and maybe I can share that with you, man. I got it's a Rodecaster Pro, and then a Stream Deck. I got 2 monitors, badass camera, and then I got a speaker bar right here so I could hear. Sometimes we do Zoom, so y'all could talk to me. And when we do the masterclass, it's all going to be on Zoom. This is going to be fun. The masterclass is all going to be on Zoom, so we can all see each other and hear each other. You can raise your hand, ask a question. It's going to be dope. That's going to be amazing. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to share with you a bunch of stuff. Basically, during the masterclass, you guys are going to build your own template. So I'm not going to need to share my template with you because that's part of the masterclass. I'm going to show you how I built my template. You guys can follow along and build your own. And then you can save it as a template and you'll have it as a template. Whatever DAW you're using. I did find that I built one in Luna. I use Luna sometimes. And I tried to build that same template in Luna, but Luna doesn't have folders. Luna doesn't have routing folders. So it's kind of hard to do that. But what I did in Luna is I created auxiliaries. And I routed all my drums to one auxiliary. And then I made a group of all my drums, and I can hide my groups if I don't need to look at them. The cool thing about folders, specifically in Pro Tools, is that you can collapse them down. So you don't have to look at all your drums and all your guitars and all your vocals all at the same time. You can collapse things down so you don't have to look at them. You can actually hide them, get them out of the way. You know, there's actually a cool video. I need to update it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop real quick. I'm gonna stop talking real quick, and I'm gonna make an update. I'm writing a note. So update the, what is it? It's the Pro Tools memory locations. If you guys want to go look, memory locations. I'm writing. Sorry. Update the memory locations video. Big arrows. That's what I'm gonna do this week. Okay, I'm gonna update that for you and make a new one. But anyway, I digress on that one. If you want to look it up, go to my YouTube channel. Learn Pro Recording on YouTube. Some of you guys are already there. And just do a search for memory locations. And I share with you some really cool stuff about memory locations. It's not just markers. There's a lot you can do with memory locations, especially when you're dealing with a big ass session with a lot of stuff going on. If you got a lot of tracks and a lot of this is post-production. Imagine post-production, bro. You've got sound effects, you've got dialogue, you've got music, you've got background effects, you've got, bro, it can get out of hand, you know? So memory locations helps you move around. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic. It helps you move around when you're in a big session by saving memory locations, and I share that with you. But I'm going to update it to use folders because I made that video before folders were a thing in Pro Tools. So I'm going to update it for you, make it a new one. Bro, there's even I know you guys have seen it. I know you guys in Pro Tools have seen it. It's called window configurations. Look that one up too. It's that, I mean, Pro Tools gets shit on a lot. It gets, oh, I'm sorry. Pro Tools get shat on a lot because it's like, all right, so Christmas vacation is coming. We'll be getting into that later. No, look, Pro Tools gets, you know, not favorable reviews a lot because people just don't really understand it, or you're not, dude, we're not even using, if you're just using it to record and mix, you know, basic stuff, you're not using, you know, you're not using more than half of it. You know, it's pretty powerful. Pro Tools is pretty powerful. And if you can dive in, if you could dive into the preferences and make it do what you want to do, every time you do a thing, it does a thing. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's go look up that video I made too with the Pro Tools preferences. Pretty badass, man. I think you guys will dig that. Especially Pro Tools guys. You know, there's a lot more to Pro Tools than you think. And I'll kind of bring that out. But yeah, the window configurations, basically think of it like this. When you, let's say you have your memory locations list open, you can click on number 5 and it takes you to just your drums, right? Everything else still plays, but you're only looking at your drums. Now, imagine this, that every time you go look at your drums, you want the EQ that you have on your snare drum to pop up and the compressor that you have on your kick drum to pop up. And then when you leave that, you go back to another memory location, it closes those plugins. So you don't have to go open your drums, go to the snare drum, open the EQ, go to the kick drum, open the compressor, close the EQ, close the compressor, go. No, you click one thing, bro. And it opens all the windows. It's the Windows configuration. Whatever windows you want to open when you click the thing, that's what opens. It's pretty badass, man. And we should look at that, you know? Let's look at that one day. Let me know in the chat, or let me know, shoot me an email. Oh, let me throw my email up there. info@learnprorecording.com. Shoot me an email, or leave a comment on this video down below and say, "Hey man, let's do this live." And I'll move it to the other system, and we'll do a whole hour of live coaching, you know, here on YouTube, bro. I mean, why not? We can do it because we can. That's why. Because I said so. That's why. Why can't I? Because I said. You're not gonna get that answer, bro. You know, so yeah, let's look at that stuff, man. That stuff's pretty awesome. So, Joe, what do you think? Should we get up out of here? We can get out a little bit early since I know you're hungry, right? Anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns? We're down to 3 people looking now, and I know it's all just me and Joe. So, because Joe's on 2 systems and I'm on 1. So, oh, here he is. What's up, my brother? You got any questions? Have you been here for a minute, man? You've been listening to some of the ramblings about Pro Tools Windows configurations and memory locations and all that, or you just got here? So, you know, we were just talking about maybe next week, if you want, I can move to the other system, and on the other system I can throw Pro Tools up on the screen and do stuff live with you. But I can share with you some memory location stuff and some window configuration stuff, which is pretty badass. I don't know, Warheart, are you a Pro Tools guy? I know, I think you're Reaper, huh? I forget what you use, bro. But anyway, in Pro Tools, we have these memory locations we can set up, which are more than just markers. And then we can also set up window configurations. DAW-less? What are you talking about? You're not on tape, are you? Come on, man. We should start an old dude club. Come on. Are you just strictly tape? Is that what you got going on? What are you doing, man? Now I'm intrigued. Now it's just me and you. We're gonna hang out. What are you talking about? DAW-less. Sometimes Reaper. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I I haven't looked at Reaper. I looked at Reaper when it probably more than 25 years ago, man. When I was, shit, I think I was still using a PC. But I haven't looked at it since. But I got a guy. I got a friend, man, who he swears by it, bro, for his podcasting, because it never he said it never crashes. It never stops. And whenever he's doing a podcast, everything's Reaper for him, you know. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh, I understand that. He's on the digital Tascam digital recorders on a console. What console do you have, man? If you don't mind me asking, we'll just make it about me and you today. Because this is an Allen Heath. My camera's backwards. This is Allen Heath GS 3000, the studio version. I know that I know another guy. He's based in Tampa, Florida, and he's got the GL 3000. Yeah, that's what I heard, man. That Reaper is stable and efficient and flexible. You can make it what you want it to be. Yeah, I might need to look into it, man. I'm pretty familiar with Studio One, some Logic. I like Luna. Luna comes with your Apollo gear. Oh, actually, Luna's free. It's open source, so anybody can get it now. Got a Soundtrack Topaz. Oh, okay. All right. Who had one of those? Joe, you remember Sean Alexander? He had one of those. He had a Soundtrack Topaz. When we first met him, he had that Soundtrack Topaz. I remember when he sold it, man. I almost bought it, and somebody basically outbid me, or bid before I told Sean I would buy it. But anyway, had about a year. Awesome, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, that's damn. Who was it? Joe would know. The guy that we did put the SoundCloud song on, Adam DeLisi. Yeah, he bought a Tascam. Remember the old Tascam cassette, the 8-track recorder, because he wanted to sound like that. You know, he's like, bro, I don't like DAWs. So, okay. All right, Twin Creek Audio. Had one once. Grady at Twin Creek. That's hard to say. Twin Creek Audio. Okay. Yeah, man. The one that Sean had. I remember when he sold it. I was kind of sad because I didn't buy it. You know, I should have bought it. Now thinking back, I should have bought it. But whatever. You know, gear comes and goes. But when you get good gear, what was it? We had that Tascam M520 in Studio B for the longest time, man. That console was kind of crappy, but I heard that you can recap those things and get them upgraded a little bit, and they sound great. But I never did. Mine was just for the look, because it looked awesome, had all the VU meters on all the channels. And then we rented that room out to a producer full time. And we left the console in there for him, and he just used it for the look. You know, he did everything on a laptop in a M box. If you guys remember the DigiDesign M box, he was using that, and he just used the console for looks. So he wasn't even using it for running his signal through to the speakers. He was using a Mackie Big Knob, I think, or something like that, whatever. But that was kind of fun. But yeah, man, look, consoles are great. I don't really use mine to record that much. I can. It's wired. I have 24 of the channel. There's 32 channels on that, but you can see I've got my laptop sitting there, and got another console there. I only use 24 of the 32, because I never used more than 24. Besides, I keep some of it covered with that. That's another Rodecaster over there. Because when I coach, I have to share not only my microphone, but I have to share the Pro Tools sound, and it all runs through that Rodecaster, which is pretty cool. I mean, those things are great. Rodecasters I'm running through a Rodecaster here. They're pretty easy for non-engineer types. to do podcasting and things like that. Hence the name Caster Pro, Rodecaster. The mic I'm using right here is the pod mic, $99 Rode pod mic. It sounds great, running through the Rodecaster. I'm not mad at it. Sounds pretty cool. So, all right. Anything else that anybody got any questions, comments, concerns? A couple of us here. What was Warheart's? I'll share it one more time. I don't know if you were one of the guys that tried to buy the Audio Business Building Academy mini course, but we were hosting it on a server that for some reason had the paywall stuck in test mode, and nobody told me. And of course, I don't go buy my own thing, so I don't know. Why would I buy my own thing, man? But I just threw it in the chat for you, man, if you want to go check it out. The Audio Business Building Academy intro course. It sounds like you don't really need it, but it's $17, bro. But yeah, now I moved it back to my old server that now everything works. I've actually had a couple people, I actually had more than a couple people have bought it, so I know that it works. So everything's working over there. We did test it, but we bought one, because even though it's only $17, I get the money. So it's not like, what did it cost? It cost me 2.9% of $17 plus 30 cents. So, okay, I got a couple of bucks I'll throw down just to test it. But yeah, now it's working. But man, it was over there for, it was probably on that other server for more than a year, and nobody told me that it wasn't working. Finally one dude reached out and he said, "Hey man, I tried to buy your thing and it wouldn't let me." And he sent me a screenshot of what the error, and it said test mode. So I was like, I don't even know what test mode is. So I spent a couple hours on tech support chat trying to figure out what test mode was and how to not have it. And they could never figure it out. So I just moved it back over to the other thing. So it's working now, in case you're interested. Also, I don't know if you're into mixing minimal, but I'll throw my minimal mix workshop up in there. We're going to do a workshop on October 11th, which is a Saturday, Saturday morning. It's going to last up to 4 hours. The general thing is 2 hours and a little bit. And then I've got the VIP. If you buy the VIP pass, we give you an extra hour plus of personal coaching and Q&A. So go check that out, man. I just threw some stuff in the chat there for you. Threw some links in there for you, and that's more for the replays. Anybody watching on a replay, go check that out. I'll actually put the links in the description, because sometimes if you don't turn on the chat on the replay, you don't see it. But I'll put it in the description for you just in case. The video coming out tomorrow is pretty cool. Tomorrow's video is all about something. Why did I forget what it's about? It's business scale. No, it's not business scaling. No, it's about I gotta go look, because I don't want to forget, man. But your videos, man, it's been crazy. That's what it is. It's touching on. Last week was 5 things I wish I knew about becoming an audio engineer. This week is about the number one thing that will make or break your studio business. I'm not going to give it away right now, but go look at the video tomorrow. It comes out 10 a.m. tomorrow. If you're on my list, you'll get a notice going, hey, go check it out. But yeah, if you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, go right now and go subscribe, man. Get on that. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, the number one thing that can make or break your studio business, bro. Your audio business, actually. As a producer or an audio engineer, there's certain things you got to do. And the number one thing that everybody misses. They miss this one thing. And, you could be doing so much better. Okay, got about a minute left. Any questions? We good? All right. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Everybody that came in and went out and, hung out for a minute. I appreciate you. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. And then I'm going to look for it. I'm going to update the memory location. I got a note. I'm going to update that. I'll get it out to you as soon as I can. And then I'll update the one with the window configurations as well. Because things have changed in Pro Tools. This is speaking specifically for Pro Tools. So I'll get those updated. I think they're a couple of years old, so I'll update them for the newer Pro Tool system. But we'll get that done. Joe says hand pink waving. We'll see y'all next time. And again, appreciate you. My name is Donny Baker, and we will see you tomorrow, Monday, and then I'll see you next week. Bye.